And then we will start standing up. And as we're going to do a lot of upper body, we will do the trap release again. So releasing the upper shoulders, backs of the hands together, very nice and familiar. So start really small little shoulder rolls, keeping the arms as straight as you can get them. Otherwise, you tend to just waft the lower arm, whereas we're really wanting that whole shoulder to do the work. And as you stand here, start thinking about your abdominal connection. A little bit of inner thigh squeeze. Making sure you're imagining holding an orange under your chin. Especially as we start to work harder, it's so easy just to jut the chin out and get some tension in the neck. So many things to think about. And it's nice, as I posted on Fit as a Fee Facebook page, to think about what your body's doing, get lost in the moment. And then arms out in front, protract and retract. Start just by drawing the shoulder blades towards each other as if they're giving each other a kiss, and then reaching forward and imagine those blades sliding around your body. And again, keeping the arms as straight as you possibly can. And again, nice and slow, starting to use the breath pattern. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through slightly pursed lips. Keeping the body safe, and think about still a little extra tweak of the abs to make sure your ribs are floating over your pelvis and you're not leaning forward or backwards, just standing in as good a posture position as you can make it. Couple more. And then lose the arms. Start with your feet hip width apart. We will do some squats. So we want to think about sending our bums behind us so our knees don't go over our toes, and then squeezing to stand up nice and tall. If you want to take arms out for extra balance, please do. Go as low as you're comfortable, thinking you're sitting, aiming back into a chair, and really start squeezing the bum to stand. That's it, lovely. Good, I'm looking for dodgy knees. You're all looking very stable. Good to see on a Thursday night, bodes well. Two more. Final one. And then take your legs nice and wide apart, toes and knees pointing outwards, so turning out at the hips. And again, larger sumo squats, making sure the knees don't go over the toes, so still sending the bum behind you. Keeping the abs drawing in, really squeezing the bottom and thinking, trying to get the inner thighs to meet as you stand. And two. And one. Then we're going to add on some balance. So do exactly the same thing. I'm not going to tell you, we're going to go down and then lift the leg and balance on the other one. And then back down into that squat and lift and balance. So you're working that standing leg, lifting the leg as high as you can, the other side. That's it. Lovely. And one more. And then the other side. Unless you've been doing alternate sides, in which case continue on alternate sides. And think, as you stand, try and keep as upright in the body as possible. So you're really challenging, you're not leaning over for balance, squatting and thinking up, down and up. That's it. Two more. And then have your weights close to hand, probably either side of your feet. We'll do 3 roll downs, and on the third one, we'll pick them up. So start in a nice position, think tailbone down to the floor, inner thigh slightly squeezed, nodding the head as you breathe out, coming up and over a beach ball. Gradually rolling down just below your knee level. And if you want to bend the knees, please do. Make sure your head is nice and loose. Little breath in there, breathing out, drawing through the abdominals, peeling up vertebra via vertebra until you stand nice and tall. And again, nodding the head as you breathe out, curling forward, working a little bit lower this time. Again, keeping the knees slightly bent if you need to. Have a little breath in at the bottom. And then breathing out, restack your pulling the tailbone down as you curl up, head coming up last. And then final time, this time all the way to the ground, picking up those weights at the very last moment. So tailbone up the wall behind you, again, bend the knees if you need to. Breath in at the bottom, breathing out, sucking in through the abdominals, coming to stand. Nice and tall. So holding on to the weights, nice little side bends, sliding down one side of your body. So all familiar exercises. Just the more we do the weights, the more work will accumulate. That's it. And we're still thinking 2 panes of glass, 1 more this side. So you're making sure there's no twist in the body. It's just side to side. And then the other. See which side creaks the most. I like to breathe out as I bend over. Breathe in to stand. Still working through those abs. And out. And stand. And I think final time. I should stop rabbiting and start counting for you, I know. Then allow the shoulders to be nice and heavy. We'll move on to our chest expansion. Arms out in front, palms facing downwards, holding the weights. We will start basic. So sucking in the abs, sending the back of the arms behind you. As they get behind you, think lifting the heart. So you're extending the back a little bit and then breathing in. Bring everything back to the start point. So breathing out, think back of the arms, the triceps pressing back. And that then lifts the heart all the time, holding the abdominals in, breathing through it and breathing in to start. And again, pressing back. That's it. And keeping the body nice and stable. Keep imagining you've got an orange under your chin, so you're not lifting your chin to the ceiling and crushing the back of your neck. 1 more basic one. And we can add the balance onto that. So as you send the arms behind you, lifting the heart, you lifting your body. So ankle work nice and strong. And then coming back to the start. So lifting and lowering up and down. Nice and slow and controlled. Hannah W, legs slightly closer together. Thank you. Looking far too easy. That's it. Very nice, everyone. Couple more. And then arms up above our head, so you can't see them. And we're just going to keep one arm up and do a semicircle with the other. If it's too much on your shoulders, you can work without or just bend the elbows. Ideally, 4 on each side, keeping the upper shoulder away from the ears. I think that was 4. So change the other side. So should be stretching the non-working arm, but keeping the shoulder down. So nice and opposition. And 3. Keeping the abs engaged. And then arms come in front of you, similar to chest expansion. This time, send the arms behind you. As the arms get towards your body, you send a leg up behind you. So you come into a nice long line and then pulse up for 3, 2, 1 with the arms. Come to standing. And if you're happy to, circle the arms around, back to the start, same leg. So pressing away with the back of the arms, coming into a nice balance. Nice long straight arms, and then pulse with the triceps for 3, 2, 1. Come up to standing and circle. And one more of these so I can watch you on this leg. So pressing back with the upper arms, shoulders relaxed, really sending that long leg behind you. That's it, pulsing the arms for 3, 2, 1. And come to standing, circle around if your shoulders will take it. And then change the leg. So pressing back with the upper arm, sending the other leg behind you, coming into that nice long line, pulsing with the arms. Use your abs to help pivot you back to the start. And 2 more on this leg. It's looking very nice until I look at you. Good. That's it. Keep those abs engaged so the ribs are over the pelvis the whole time. The more you hold here, the stronger you'll be. That's good. Very good. And circle around. Final time, you can lose the weights for 2 seconds when you've done and come down to the mat, and we'll do some pelvic tilts. So if you want to, you can, when you come onto the arms, use the weights. I will leave it up to you. But find your nice semi-supine position. So feel the base of your spine, lower ribs, whole shoulders on the mat. And then breathing out, curling the pubic bone towards you, just hovering the bum a little way, and then breathing in to reset yourself. You can extend your neck to make sure your chin's not too far up to the ceiling. No head blocks for the moment. And just keep working up the spine a little bit. So breathing out to peel up. And the higher you get, that's when you can have a little hold and a breath in. And breathing out, softening through the chest. To place the body back. Pelvis uncurls at the very last moment. That's it. So remember those knees. Make sure they're in line with each other. No wafting in and out. And bring the arms into it and come up to the scapular level or bra strap level for the ladies in the room. So peeling the arms off with or without weights as you peel off the mat. Breath in at the top and then breathe out, soften through the chest. Placing the body down. Ready to go again. Peeling off as you breathe out through the lower back, middle back, upper back. Breath in at the high point. And then breathing out, softening through the chest, getting that upper back, middle back, lower back down, and then arms by your sides. That's it. 2 more of these. It's looking really nice. And final time, peeling off, breathing out, curl the pubic bone towards you, really work through every part of the spine you can. And then softening through the chest as you breathe out. Lengthening your spine back onto the mat. And you can now, Allow your shoulders to be really heavy on the mat and hold the weights up in front of you. Lift your legs into tabletop. Drop the toes ever so slightly. We'll do our hip rolls. So breathing in to take the knees over to one side, keeping the shoulders on the mat. Breathing out, sucking through the abdominals to come to center. And then the other side, breathing in and breathing out. So holding the weights sort of helps you anchor, but you do need to use your abs to make sure you're not going too far. And of course, if it's too much and you don't want to use the weights or have the hands up, just have them down by your side as normal. And again, any problems through the back, have your feet on the floor. Good. Lucy, I think you can angle your knees slightly further away from your body. Drop the toes a little bit. That's it. That'll be harder. Adele, perhaps bring the arms slightly further over your chest, away from your head. Yeah. Other way towards me. That's it. And Hannah W, keep your legs glued together. So we've got inner thigh work going on as well. Ali and Emily's looking good. Hannah B's looking good. Lovely, Barbara. That's it, Henry. One more each side. And then if you need to have a little breather, hug your knees into your body. What we're going to do next is coordination. So legs will start in tabletop, arms up to the ceiling, and breathing out like a curl up. You bring the arms down and extend the legs. And then breathing in, come back. And we'll do a few of those, and then I'll mix it up a little bit. If you want to, you can have your elbows on the mat, so you're not using your whole arm. But keep the chins nodded, so breathing out to curl forward, just into a little curl up, so you don't have to lift your whole upper body off. Thinking sliding the ribs forward. That's it, Hannah, good. That's it. Lovely. Good. That's it, Lucy. Good, Barbara. Yes. Very nice. So Adele, keep those legs glued together. So think triceps as you do this, the same as we do with our little chest expansion. One more like this. And then let's mix it up. So do the same thing, nod the chin, curl forward, extending the legs, turn them out so your heels are facing each other, and 10 beats like a little seal with the legs nice and long, using the abs to control everything, and then coming back to the start. So breathing out, extend, turn your legs out and beat for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Bend and lift the arms and go again. Breathing out, curling forward, extend the legs, turn them out and beat for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend them in 2 more times. Breathing out, curling forward, extend the legs, turn them out and beat for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely, curl it back. Final time you can do it. Keep the chins nodded, breathing out, curling forward, extend the legs, turn them out and beat for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then lie back, hug those knees in. Oh dear, well done. Fabulous. Oh, you're going to hate me next. Half roll backs, with or without the weights. Arms up, sitting nice and tall, so getting a flatter back, tummies in. And as we hinge with a flat back, And then send the tailbone away, bringing the arms down towards your thighs, and then lift and lower for 3. I'm getting warm now. I'm going to have to take my jumper off, then curling forward, sitting nice and tall. So seriously, you can lose the weights if you want to. You have to really concentrate. The more you draw through the abs, the stronger, more stable it'll feel. Keep going. So start with a flat back hinge, then send the tailbone away from you. That's it. And lift and lower the arms for 3, 2, 1. Keeping the upper shoulders nice and relaxed. And then sitting nice and tall. That's it. And again, hinge. Half roll back. Send your tailbone away from you. That's it. Lift and lower the arms. Good. Sitting nice and tall. And then hinge, roll back. Leave the arms where they are. And we unpeel one leg. Unpeel the other leg. And you can curl forward. I'll just do one on each side. Arms up and then down. Hinge. Send the tailbone away. And lift. We'll work up to each side this time. So back and back. Curling up. Why are you laughing at me? And again, not sit tall. Hinge. Lift back with the tailbone, not the upper back like me. I'm rubbish. And then we'll do 3 on each leg. So sucking in through those abs. Final time. Shaky, shaky, shaky. And curling forward. Sitting tall. Done. Okay, all right. Nothing else is coming off, I promise. Right. We will do a similar thing, rowing. We can extend the legs. So find that nice seated position. Think inner thigh connection. And again, you don't have to use the weights, but we're going to think bicep curl. Same thing, hinge. Then send your tailbone away from you to take yourself down to your mat. You can lie down, have a little moment to breathe. Point your arms to the ceiling, flex your feet, nod the head, press the weights away from you so it's just like a curl up. And you can stretch forward, take the arms behind you as if you're doing a little swim. Ready to sit tall again for a bicep curl, hinge, roll back, lying down, weights to the ceiling. Nodding the head, breathing out, sucking through the abdominals. Sitting tall, curling forward, sending the arms behind in that swimming motion. Ready to go again. So bicep curl, hinge, send the tailbone away, peeling back down. Lovely. Send the arms to the ceiling. Nod the head. Abs engaged, slide the upper body forward in that. Brilliant. And yes, stretch forward and bring the arms around. I'll have 2 more of these, I think. This is looking very nice. So bicep curl, hinge, slide the tailbone away, rolling back. Reach for the ceiling, nod the head. Hannah W, legs together. That's it. It'll help you, definitely help you. Sitting tall, leaning forward, arms sweeping round. Final time, bicep curl with you, hinge, rolling back. Arms to the ceiling, nod the head, send those weights, use them as a help. Flex the feet. That's it, Lucy. Well done, Adele. Good, lovely. Reaching forward and then sit nice and tall. That was really good. Give everything a little shake. We've got 1 more sitting up like this. And we will, palms are facing up. So hold the weights if you can, sort of like a bicep curl. And we are going to just hinge and rotate the ribs, which means an elbow will come behind you just a little way and then sit tall again. Same side, so hinge, then rotate to look at somebody with your whole upper body and forward. So it's quite small unless you've got a lot of rotation and flexibility in the upper body. So don't worry about really sending an arm way behind you. It's just that little rotation. That's it. So your arm doesn't open, it just slides, and it only goes because your ribs are going. So hinge and then rotate and just slide the arm behind. One more this way. That's it. And then try the other side. So hinge, rotate, and send that elbow behind as if it's on a little train track. Hinge, rotate just a tiny way, and sitting tall. That's it, that's looking nice. Finding that lovely straight back position as you come back. Good. Keep the chins nodded, keep the upper shoulders nice and relaxed as much as possible. Keep the abs engaged. Hopefully you're working up a little bit of a sweat. Adele, I'm mightily impressed with those heavy weights. How are you doing that? I bow down to you. One more. And then give everything a shake and a wiggle. And we will lose the weights for a short while, come on to some familiar exercises, starting with the bridge to get the old backside and hamstrings working. And find the nice wide shoulders on the mat as well. Breathing out, squeezing in at the hips, squeezing the bum, lifting up into a long line, aiming the knees over the toes, and then coming back down in one fell swoop. So breathing out, everything narrows in and lifts. Breath in to hold, and breathing out to come back down. So I'm looking at the knees, making sure they stay in line with each other and don't fall out or fall in. If you find any cramp, just shuffle your feet slightly closer towards your bottom. And shoulders nice and relaxed on the mat. That's it. Everyone's looking very comfy, so we'll add on then our full Pilates bridge. Breathing out, lifting up, extend one leg to the ceiling, turn it out a little bit, and then lower it and lift it for 3, only as high as the knee on the holding leg. And then on the last one, you put the bum down and then bend the other leg to the floor. Keeping the shoulders nice and wide, lift, extend the other leg, turn it out, lower and lift for 3, 2, 1. Hopefully keeping the pelvis on the same level, so no dipping down on either side. Trying to keep your bum as high as it started throughout the exercise. That's it. Make it nice and smooth. There's no violence needed. Lovely, Henry. Good. Emily, you don't need to take that leg quite so far. Just keep it in line with the standing knee. That's very nice. Good. Just one more on each side. Good, Ali. And then we can sort of, I was going to say stretch it out a bit, but not at all really. Nice leg circles, so either long legs, make sure you've really got nice long legs, 8 circles in each direction, imagining you're stirring paint in the hip joint. If it's not working tonight, again, back to bending the knees. There's no issue with that. It's all about the integrity of movement through the hip. So 8 in each direction. And if you've got long legs, maybe try spotting a point on the ceiling. So you do a real swoop round, trying to keep the opposite hip glued down. So we're keeping the whole body nice and secure. So 8 in each direction on each leg. And then when you've done, because you'll all work at different speeds on this one, hug your knees in so I can see who's finished. There's no rush. You can use a whole breath. It's the control part of Pilates as much as the coordination. And find some nice circles, no stars, no oblongs. And breathing, relaxed shoulders. That's nice. Emily, you look like you're sunbathing. It's fantastic. It's effortless. Lovely, right, so that was sort of nice. Hugging the knees in, then nod the head, press the shins away, coming into that curl up position for single leg stretch. So extend a leg and change. Remember, you're trying to keep your chest towards the knee and not cheating by bringing the knee to the chest, unless you're having problems with your back, in which case it's perfectly acceptable to lie on the mat and hug the knee in towards you. Otherwise, we want to work hard. So we're drawing through the abs, extending the leg as far as possible, sinking chest to knee, and 5, and 4, and 3. That's looking good. And 1. Then hug the knees in again. Have a little breath. Ready for double leg stretch. So nodding the chins, curling forward, pressing the shins away from you. And then extending both arm and legs. And then back to start. Out and in. Breathing in to extend, breathing out to curl forward. In to extend, breathing out to curl forward, using the abdominals. That's it, really nice, long, straight legs. That's it. So keep curled up all the time. You're just leaning back, making a big sort of V with your body. That's it, Emily, good. Nice, Hannah B. Lovely, Lucy. Everyone keep their chins nodded, keep their chest curled forward, just 2 more. And then you can hug your knees in, have a rock from side to side. And then come back up to sitting, nice and tall. We will do our spine twist. And again, you can use the weights if you want to or not. If you don't have the weights, standard arms and rotating, breathing in and out. If you have the weights, you can have them in front of your chest. And as you breathe in to rotate, we can open them to the side and bring them back as we breathe out to center. So breathe in and open and breathe out to center. Breathe in and open and out to center. That's it, keeping the shoulders nice and away from the ears. And the weights will stay in line with your chest as you rotate. That's it, not quite so violently, Adele. Nice and smooth so you don't pull any muscles. That's it. Good. All the time, working through the abs, spiraling up to the ceiling as you center again. Hannah W, keep those shoulders down. Allow them to drip down your back. That's it. I know it's really hard. The more we have to work the abs. Good. Fabulous. One more to each side. And then again, with or without the weights, we'll do spine stretch forward. You can have knees bent up if you want, or straight legs, I don't mind which. So we're sliding the arms in front of us, nodding our heads between the arms. Someone's pulling our tummies away, and then we're sitting nice and tall. So it's all about the integrity of the movement, getting flexion, aiming for flexion in the very lumbar spine, which mine doesn't really move very much. So we're all different. Breathing out as you flex forward and breathing in to sit nice and tall. So again, seriously, you don't need the weights. It's just added extra if you wish to use them. That's it. Good. Keeping the shoulders relaxed, whichever version you're doing, finding that curve in the back. Imagine someone's got their arms around your waist, pulling you back, and you're stretching for your toes. You say, no, I don't want to go. I want to stay. That's it. And one more. And then definitely lose your weights. We will do our saw. So find your nice shoulder placement, think tall again, using the abs to hold you upright, breathing in to rotate, breathe out, curling forward like we've just done, reaching for that little toe, sitting nice and tall and recentering. Oh, the left side is so hard. And remember, the opposite bum cheek stays glued down all the time. Oh, lovely, Ali. That's looking very flexible, yay. Good. That's it, Lucy, good. Nice, Barbara. Lovely, Hannah's. Hannah B this time, I think, just allow your shoulders to relax a little bit. More work down here to hold you upright. That's it, Adele, lovely. Good. That's right, Henry. Everyone, you can press with the backhand if you want a little bit more oomph to help take you forward and take some of the strain out of it. And one more to each side. Lovely, then give everything a shake and a wiggle. I'm assuming everyone's knees are all right at the moment. If so, or if not, let me know. But we're going to come on to our dog position. We are going to use our weights, but find that nice quadruped and have a look between your knees to make sure your toes are in line. So once you've found that nice flat back, sucking up through the abs, we will grab a weight. And again, you don't need to use one. And we will do our standard dog. So extending one arm and leg, trying not to shift the pelvis at all and bring it back. So extending, keeping the chins nodded, keeping the shoulders away from the ears, keeping the abs engaged. And keep going. So perhaps breathe out to extend and breathe in to come back. Have a little play with some different breath patterns. It's all about that balance. And just make sure your elbows are slightly soft. To make sure there's no bone. Barbara, I'm assuming that your wrist is all right for this and you're modifying. Good. One more. And on this last one, keep the arm and leg out there. Then bend the knee, heel to the ceiling, and we'll pulse upwards for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then change sides. So grab the other weight, reset yourself up, make sure you're in a good starting position before extending the arm and leg. And again, I really don't mind if you just want to keep the leg on the floor. I should have said before, that's fine. That's it, make it nice and smooth. Again, keeping the hips stable, sucking up through the abdominals to keep the back nice and safe, and allowing the arm and leg to move independently. Three, and 2, and hold this one out there. Then bend the knee, heel to the ceiling, and pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Give your wrists a little bit of a wiggle if they need to. And then for our next little section, we are going to be working the upper body with our weights. So you can either sit or stand or kneel. Ideally kneeling, but it's really up to you. Because kneeling upwards, you have to squeeze your bum, so you're getting a whole upper body workout or whole body workout as well. I'm going to sit and kneel down because then you can see me. Right. Starting first one with our deltoid. So one elbow bent, roughly arm in line with your shoulder, and then holding the weight towards your ear. From there, keep the shoulder down and just extend the arm and bend back down again. So keeping the shoulders dripping down your back. It's hard work after a few. That's it. So you come back to the starting point. And final one. And then change sides. So setting yourself up, still thinking abs. Think about the elbow in line with your shoulder, weight towards your ear, keeping that upper shoulder down. Just extend and coming back down. And you have to use the abs again to keep the whole trunk controlled and supported. And the more I do, the more I can feel my shoulder creep upwards. So it's fighting, keeping it down. That's looking good. That's all looking rather easy. 2 more. And then back to the first side. Starting sitting down on the heels, going to have elbows bent. And we're going to keep this arm position. And as you squeeze your bum, you're going to lift up so your arm's sort of bent overhead. So you'll be up there like that and then bring it back down. And down. So you don't change the arm position, you just lift. You're working a different part of the deltoids. Just move my camera a bit. And still squeezing the bottom to get some full leg work as well. That's it. You should feel it all around the upper shoulder One more. Good. And then change sides. So you're squeezing the bum as you lift the arm and come up. So the elbow stays exactly in the same bent position. Oh, we like. That's it, good. Hopefully you'll feel this come Saturday. In a good way, obviously. Two more. Still think the abs, think shoulders relaxed. Lovely. Then back to the first side, my favorite draw of sword, which is really simple but challenging. Weight on the opposite hip, elbow points out. You draw the sword out of the holster, keep the elbow pointing out and just extend the lower arm. Bend it again and put it back. So the elbow always staying up to the ceiling or sort of in that direction, fighting the need to lift the shoulder, keeping that down. And breathe however you like, as long as you keep breathing, keeping the abs engaged. That's looking lovely. Good. That's it. Keep that elbow pointing in the same direction. I know when we do this with a band, it's quite easy just to open it and turn, but you're doing great with the weights, just allowing that low part of the arm to open. One more. And then change sides. So Braveheart, Gladiator, whoever you want to be. Jon Snow, I don't know, I've never watched Game of Thrones, but it seems to have swords in it. And open, in and down. That's it. Good, really take it across the body, put it back in the holster. So you're keeping the upper arm nice and still. Once you've drawn the sword, just extending it away. A little fatigue coming in. Two more. Oh, very nice. So then we will take our weights in front of us. So we're elbows are just in front of the ribs, palms facing, and breathing out, keeping the elbows where they are, and breathing in to close. So you keep the elbows close into the body. Wow. You all look like you've got great turnout in the shoulder. So again, nice and slow. That's it, keeping the abs engaged so we don't pop our chests open. The ribs are floating over the hips. All the work's happening through the shoulder, through part of the pecs. One more this way. And then exactly the same position, but palms facing upwards. And this time breathing in to open, breathing out, think drawing in the abs to close. So elbows are still just in front of your ribs. Breathing in, they just slide the lower arm to the side. Breathing, that's it. Breathing in. Breathing out. I've forgotten what I said. Rubbish. Two more. Good. We're doing the time. Oh, I think we've got time for some standing punches because it's always a good laugh. So hold the weights however you're comfortable, and then you step 1 foot forward and punch with the other arm, punching from the shoulder, and stand. See, I can't do it myself every single time. So opposite arm and opposite leg, coming back to the same position, keeping the back straight, just extending the arm forward. That's it. See, I should pay you to demonstrate rather than me. It's almost the more you think about it, the harder it gets. End up like Spotty Dog. That's good. One more on each side. And then you can stay standing or sitting, kneeling, whichever you want to do. We'll do biceps. So think shoulders down your back, arms are extended, abs are engaged, whatever you're doing. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. And then we just bend the weights towards the shoulders and extend. So you're trying to keep the arms on exactly the same level as they start. So they start and finish without lowering or lifting. And make sure, we'll try and have a think about the wrists. Mine very much want to wiggle around whenever I'm doing weights, so keep them nice and strong because they're not doing anything. We're targeting our biceps. And I like to breathe out as bend in towards the shoulders, breathe in to extend back to a straight line. That's it. Keep those abs engaged, shoulders relaxed still. Couple more. And then however you're standing or kneeling, if you are standing, you might want to take one leg slightly forward because I want you to angle your body forward, engage the abs, lift the arms as high as they will go with palms facing. Keep them at that level as you bend the elbows and extend them again. So chins are nodded, abs are engaged, the arms stay pressing up to the ceiling, and then the elbows just bend and extend. And again, you'll start, the more you do, to feel those triceps. So Adele, keep those arms there. And then just bend the elbows, keep the upper arms where they are, that's it. And then extend the arms back, yes. Nice and slow. And you'll get to feel that working. Good. That's it. Emily, you can probably take your arms a little bit further behind you. Keep them there and then just bend the elbows. Yeah, a couple more. And then I promise we're pretty much done. Oh. And you can lose the weights. We will stretch out the arms. So bring one arm across the body. Stretch it, hug it in. Give it some thanks for all the work it's done. And then switch to the other side. Good. Then open the arms, cross them at the elbows, bend them up, turn them so your palms are facing each other if they can, if not, backs of the hands, and then press up ever so slightly so you'll get a little bit of through the elbows, through the shoulder. If it's too painful, don't. Then relax, change sides for crossover. So cross first, wrap them round, find the palms together, press them up towards the ceiling. Fabulous. And then relax. Coming back down to sitting, we will do some little mermaids with some rotation. So however you're comfortable, either cross-legged or one leg crossed in front of the other, arms out to the side, then find a nice little side bend. Breathing out to sit nice and tall. That's it, and again. One more standard one. And we'll add on rotation to this. So find the side bend, then turn your chest towards the mat. And then from there, actually lift the heart. So we get a little bit of back extension, stretch, curve back down, uncurl, and come to sitting. I'll just make myself some space. One more of those. So side bend over, bending the underneath elbow, turn your chest towards the mat. Then you can think about lifting the heart like we do the cobra, just looking slightly further away from you. Relaxing back, uncurling, and sitting nice and tall. Then scooting your legs over. We do the other side. So reaching over again through 2 panes of glass, 3 side bends, using the abs to help bring you upright. Over again. And final time, standard one. We'll add on the rotation. So over, turning the chest to look at the mat, then thinking lift the heart to get some back extension. Nice stretch as you breathe. Relax back down, uncurl, sitting tall, and again over. Turning the chest, looking forward, relaxing back, unpeeling, and then coming up to standing. We'll finish similarly to how we started with roll downs, and we'll add in some hamstring stretch because we did work those as well. So standing nice and tall, nodding the chin, curling down, peeling down, thinking about tailbone, sliding up the wall behind you. Keep your knees soft if you need to. We go all the way to the floor into down dog or elephant. Walk your hands forward. And then from there, just bend one knee and send the heel of the long leg into the floor on the mat to get that lovely hamstring and calf stretch. Keep breathing. And then bring both feet to the floor and then bend the other knee, sending the other heel, the long stretching leg, deep into the mat. Breathing here. And then soften the knees, walk your hands back towards your feet. And gradually, using the abs, peel up one vertebra at a time until you're standing nice and tall. And then one final stretch up to the ceiling. So we just reach and reach and reach. And 2 and 1. And you're done again for another week. Where does the hour go to? I do not know. Well done. You worked really hard. Let me just